Solar System Origins Part 1. The universe appears to be full of flying objects of one sort or another, some of them as yet unidentified, UFOs of various categories. With all the interest in extraterrestrial life and extraterrestrial intelligence and extraordinary possibilities out there, perhaps it's time to call in some extra intelligent aliens. I have here a couple of green men for our edification. Hello, green men.
Hello.
Hello.
What are your names?
I am Zucchini.
Yeah, and I'm Cucumber.
As I said, green men. So how did life originate out there? You didn't just sort of fall out of the vine, did you?
We do not know if there are any vine constellations out there, but here is the latest on the grapevine from Dreamtime. This is a cool new theory, nearly as cool as us cucumbers.
What could be cooler than a cucumber?
As anyone who has ever kept animals or had an itch will know, the most resilient and ancestral of all life forms is the flea.
The flea is it. The flea is hardy. So hardy, one could almost believe that, like certain primitive bacteria, fleas can survive in outer space.
Why are you scratching like that, Zucchini? Yes, as I recall, when they did a scan on the Apollo equipment to see if it had brought back any extraterrestrial life from the moon, they were astonished to discover elementary life. Only it hadn't originated from the moon, it had originated from another UFO, the Earth.
You mean the simplest of life forms can survive in outer space?
Yes, stop scratching, Zucchini. That's actually Mr. Rational's flea. There are no fleas on us.
It seems reasonable to assume that there are primitive life forms such as simple bacteria that may survive under special circumstances in outer space, such as inside a piece of rock or a meteorite.
That makes sense. There was primitive vegetable life on the earliest Earth, and Earth was then just a large piece of rock floating out in space, perhaps with some fluids and gases attached. So primitive life must have been designed to survive these very rugged conditions, such as those in space.
And pieces of rock, perhaps carrying primitive life thanks to impact, could have travelled from planet to planet.
So, here we have the first comprehensive theory of the propagation and communal sharing of early life, the common ancestor. Back in the dreamtime, when the worlds were young, there were two dogs. One was named Earth and the other Mars. These dogs ran round and round, round and round, a dog bone star.
You mean our sun was a twin star, shaped like a dog bone?
The dogs ran round and round the dog bone star. Round and round. They went round and round in the dreamtime when the worlds were young.
Was there an ancestral flea on these dogs?
Mars actually did have an ancestral flea, the mother of all fleas, so every now and again Mars would stop to scratch himself. Now, as naturalists observe, the flea hath smaller fleas that on him prey, and these hath smaller fleas do bite him, and so proceed ad infinitum.
You mean that when Mars stopped to scratch the flea also stopped to scratch its fleas.
Yes, and thus Earth was seeded with life from outer space. This all happened in the dreamtime, when the worlds were young.
We can now see why extraterrestrial life is based on green men. The cucumbers have developed resistance to fleas. In the next video we might investigate the origins of those two canines, Earth and Mars, etc.